Hi, and welcome to the interactional view of Paul Watzwalik. Here's where we're going. The family as a system, axioms of interpersonal communication, trapped in a system with no place to go, reframing, changing the game by changing the rules, critique, adjustments needed within the system. The family as a system. A family system is a self-regulating, interdependent network of feedback loops guided by members' rules. Here we can examine communication patterns among all members to understand movement of any single figure in a family system. Systems' approach to family relations defies simplistic explanations. Relationships are complex functions. Each family plays a one-of-a-kind game with homemade rules. Games are sequences of behavior governed by rules. Axioms of interpersonal communication. Family homeostasis. A tacit collusion of family members to maintain the status quo. One cannot not communicate. The symptom strategy is ascribing our silence to something beyond our control that renders communication justifiably impossible. Communication is content plus relationships. Content is the report part of the message, what is said verbally. The relationship is the command part of the message, how it's said nonverbally. Watzwalik calls relational aspect of interaction metacommunication, communication about communication. Take a second and hit pause and study this frame. This is the content and relationship levels of communication. Axioms of interpersonal communications. The nature of a relationship depends on how both parties punctuate the communication sequence. Punctuate is interpreting ongoing sequence of events by labeling one event the cause and the following event the response. All communication is either symmetrical or complementary. Symmetrical interchange is an interaction based on equal power. A complementary interchange is an interaction based on accepted differences of power. One-up communication is a conversational move to gain control of the exchange. One-down communication is a conversational move to yield control of the exchange. One-across communication is a conversational move to neutralize the level of control within the exchange. Trapped in a system with no place to go. Family systems are highly resistant to change. An enabler within an addiction culture is a person whose non-assertive behavior allows others to continue in their substance abuse. Family members are often caught in a double bind. A person suffering from the double bind is a person trapped under mutually exclusive expectations. Both options aren't desirable. Reframing, changing the game by changing the rules. Reframing is a process of instituting change by stepping outside of the situation and reinterpreting what it means. It can be compared to the process of waking up from a bad dream. The addiction model assumes addictions are diseases to be cured, rather than character disorders to be condemned. Critique, adjustments needed within the system. Watzwalik's co-author Bavelas has recommended modifications to axioms. While we cannot not communicate, some nonverbal behavior is not communication. The whole message model regards verbal and nonverbal components of a message as integrated and often interchangeable. The idea of separate channels dedicated to different uses is wrong. Equifinality is a system theory assumption that a given outcome should have occurred due to any or many interconnected factors rather than being a result of a cause-effect relationship. So this is where we've been. The family as a system, axioms of interpersonal communications, trapped in a system with no place to go, reframing, changing the game by changing the rules, and critique, adjustments needed within the system. This concludes our discussion of the interactional view.